Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here at the start of a new reading vlog that I'm very, very excited for. You may be wondering, why am I in my library? Why do I have a card next to me? You saw the thumbnail. We're reading all purple books to get books off of my TBR. I'm calling this like TBR takedown, tackle my TBR, something like that. I haven't decided yet, where I am reading books based on color to just finally read these books. So I am very excited. Initially I was gonna do pink, but I have a few audiobooks that still haven't come in yet that I really want to do for that video. So we're doing purple first, which is amazing because I have so many purple books on my TBR. So what we are going to do first is we are going to compile some purple books, and I'm going to wear purple all weekend. We're going to read all the purple stuff, and I am so excited because even if we just look at this cart, I have not read this book yet. I feel like there's so many purple books that have been sitting on here that I still haven't read. This is purple, and I feel like also purple is a very interesting color that, like, this is obviously purple, but like someone like, is it purple, is it pink, is it blue? So this is just from my cart. We are not counting things. I don't even know if I would pull anything off of like over here, but we're gonna go into my bedroom and pull from that as well, because I also picked up these two, which I am for sure reading one of these as I started the audiobook, and I have a bunch of ebooks that could count as well, and some more audiobooks. Let's go to my bedroom. We definitely have a decent amount in here. I'm counting this as purple. I'm gonna count this as purple because look at that, and then this is purple. Do we do it? Do we do this already? And then, oh my gosh, I have even more than I thought. More purple. 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 Okay, let's take these. We have this whole stack, and then we also have some that I have out on my Kindle/audio. So I will also just chat real quick about, we have some Libro FM books, which I probably should read for this video too. When I tell you, I have a ton. I did not realize how many purple books there were on here. So I also have the new Kennedy Ryan, Can't Get Enough on audio, which I haven't read yet. I do have the audio for Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood, and that might be it on Libro. Okay, then for Libby, options that are purple. So I do have Temple of Swoon. I also have Haunt Your Heart Out, which is really cute too. And I think that is it. Yeah, because I'm not going to be reading Sunrise Over the Reaping. I do have the audiobook out, but I think my sister got it out. I don't feel like reading that right now because it's very sad. But we have Looking for Love in All the Haunted Places. We have The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Dirks. This is actually really pretty. We have Happy Medium by Sarah Adler. My Arc of Rose and Chains, which I kind of want to read this. So I think I'm going to put this to the side as like, probably yes. We have God of Pain, which I could get from the library, so I feel like this is also probably yes. We could do this. I'm actually going to use an Audible credit for this because my library hold is still so long and I really want to read this. This is Dream on Ramona Riley, Sapphic, Ashley Herring Blake. This is a for sure yes. A Proposal to Die For by Molly Harper. I really want to read this. It's like kind of suspensey. I have already started Temple of Swoon by Joe Segura. It is very much like Romancing the Stone, Indiana Jones. I read the first book and enjoyed it, so I'm only an hour into this audio. This is a for sure. We're gonna read this first. Marriage of Masty, maybe if I can get the audio. Whiskey Business, maybe if I can get the audio. And Deep End, maybe. I already have 4 that I kind of want to say absolutely yes to. 3 of these would be on audio. I do have the ebook of this one, so I might just like dive in to the ebook of this. We will see. Since it's an ARC though, I will not be spoiling anything. I will just be saying what I think of the book itself, not plot stuff that would spoil it. So this is a maybe. So far, purple. This is going to be a great vlog. I am so excited. So I'm gonna go get reading and we'll see what I end up reading this weekend. Do we see this dog? Hi, I'm here with Darcy. I have had a day. I'm so tired. I did get up this morning early so that I could run 7 miles before having to leave for the movies at 9. Lily's whining because it's 4 and she's hungry. She doesn't get to eat for another 45 minutes, so there is that. I ran 7 miles and I started Rows and Chains. I wanted something super exciting because I could have started a Cozy Omegaverse, but I love those, but not when I'm having to run for over an hour. So I did run and I read 20% of Rows and Chains, and then I was on the couch for like 30 minutes, only read like 2% because I was nodding in and out because I'm tired, because we went and saw Mission Impossible. So did that, saw Mission Impossible, which was 3 hours. My sister and I watched the latest Mission Impossible that's out last night as a refresher, and then watched the new one today, which I thought was really great. If you're interested, watch the previous one before going. Watch all of them, make sure you've seen all of them. It was so good. I loved it, my sister loved it, my parents loved it. It was really good. Got some popcorn and had my favorite strawberry Sour Patch candies, and now we're home. And we got home and then took the dogs on walks. They've been cooped up all morning, so I'm tired. I've been going non-stop. I don't even know how many steps I've had today. Should we look? I have had 16,000 steps today, and that includes during a 3-hour movie, so it's already 4. I'm gonna read a little bit more on the couch, and then I want to start a new crochet project. I'm blocking my other sweater that I finished to finish up that video for my crochet channel that I'm starting. It's gonna be a long video. And then I'm starting a new hexagon granny square sweater. I don't know if I want to go all out and do flowers down the back, granny square flowers, or just like try to finish this first. We'll see. And so I will give you some updates on reading. So oh yeah, and I don't own any other purple sweatshirts other than the one I wore yesterday and the one I'm wearing tomorrow. I have like 50 sweatshirts, and well, I have one that's purple that I had made for a favorite book of mine years ago, and it's a medium, and I like wearing larges to just like chill and hang out. So anyways, I had to pull out the t-shirt and the cardigan to wear today for my purple vlog, but I am 20% into Rows and Chains. It was like 24% now, and it's very info dumpy in the beginning, to the point where I was kind of overwhelmed with how many characters there were introduced. I was like, I don't know all these people, and I feel like it could work in fan fiction if you expect that person to have background information of what it's a fanfic of. And so for this one, I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's like a lot of people, and we are already flashing back a lot between past and present, and this is based off of the auction. So the premise is that they're being taken to be sold at auction, because magic in this world, you can use someone else's magic for yourself, and so they want to like auction off these people that are like the good guys who lost the war, and auction them off for people to buy them. There's already tension between her and this like silver haired man. They make it sound like it's kind of silvery. I don't even know if the cover is silver or if it's like the white blonde, but it's just going so far. I'm enjoying it. It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I'm surprised. I'm already 24% into it, but I'm also listening to the Joe Segura audiobook. I think it's Temple of Swoon. This is cute so far. I just love action-y stuff. Like, I just saw Mission Impossible. I love Romancing the Stone. They've mentioned Tomb Raider. I love Indiana Jones. Like, all those kind of movies I love. Oh, the Lost City with Sandra Bullock, so good. I've definitely seen that movie a ton and I love it. So this is just fun. Like, they're both on this trip to find this like lost temple, and she is kind of like thrown into being in charge, and he is there for other reasons, and they're kind of stuck in the jungle together right now, and it's just like kind of cutesy. I don't think it'll be a 5-star read for me, but I'm hoping it'll be a 4. I'm not sure how far I am, but I do want to start my crochet project tonight, so we'll see. But yeah, that is my reading update over here. I'm just gonna be on the couch with the babies and just reading all day. I have my water. I haven't been drinking enough water. Today we're drinking Cotton Candy Liquid IV after I had my Diet Coke today. Gotta make sure I finish this whole thing. I'm so bad at drinking water. Liquid IV has definitely helped me. All right, I need to get some reading done because I meant to read way more today, but I've been sleepy. When the pillow comes out and I lay on it, I'm reading like 5 pages every 20 minutes. It takes me a long time. So I'm gonna not lay on the pillow. I'll keep it in my lap like I like to. We're gonna read. Oh, yes, Georgie. Hello everybody, I'm here to update some reading. So I am 55% into Temple of Swoon. I'm currently working on a sweater. I'm obsessed with the colors, even though I'm gonna have to weave in 1,000,001 ends. I'm gonna die, but this is my next crochet project for my crochet channel, so I'm very excited for that. It's gonna be a sweater, a cardigan. I hope it turns out nice. But I'm 55% into Temple of Swoon. I have less than 2 hours left of listening, like an hour and a half left, and it's okay. If you do hear that, my dishwasher is running right now, so I apologize, but it is very rom-com-y, so like some things are over the top. Their first kiss, she literally like fell into him and their lips touched and I was like, what is happening? But he actually is there to like sabotage the whole thing because his dad told him to, because it's like something to do with his parents' past, and she's really determined to prove that she can lead this expedition. So like right now they're kind of in the throes of like trying to find this lost city, and he is sabotaging it without her knowing, and they've agreed to like put a pause on their romance even though they like can't keep their hands off each other. And it's just very kind of over the top humor, which is not always my favorite, so we'll see how this continues to go. And his nickname for her is Pringles. So I don't know, it's just fine so far. I would have loved less of like the rom-comminess because I do like the setting and I like the whole going through the Amazon together and trying to survive and trying to find this like artifacts and like lost city. It's really cool to me, but less over the top humor and thought process from them. Like she was eating a banana and his mind went there and I was like, really? So that's how it's going so far. But yeah, I'm gonna continue crocheting and listening. I have my new outfit on that I'm obsessed with. So I think I've told you before, I do love these comfort sets, and so I got my first one I think in like February from I think TikTok shop, and then I was looking at their website and you can order like a 3-month delay and get them for super cheap. So it's $50 for the set, so $25 for the pants and $25 for the sweatshirt, which I think is a great deal, especially because of how good quality they are. I do get large in the top and the bottom, and so I did get my like raspberry one back in February, and then I got purple and teal, and that came, and they are literally like the most comfortable thing ever, and I'm so excited. So I was saving them for these videos. So we have purple here, and I have finished a book and I've started another one. So I have been crocheting away. This is the first sleeve. Look how cute. I love how the color pattern turned out, and I have 1,000,000 ends to weave in now, but we're not going to talk about that because I finished the Temple of Swoon, whatever, the Joe Segura book I was reading. I finished. This one unfortunately is a 3-star read, and it has a 3.49 average on Goodreads, so I don't feel too bad giving it 3 stars. I love, like I said, the like vibes, but the romance was not the best. It was kind of, I hate using the word cringe in romance novels, but like the humor in here was cringy humor, because I don't think romance in general is cringy, but like the humor in here was not the best. And he was sabotaging her the entire time, and I feel like they never really like addressed him lying to her. They just kind of got over it, so there wasn't really any sort of depth or conflict resolution in here. It's just like, okay, now we're fine, and like it was over. So I just wanted a lot more from this one. So 3 stars for this. Not really excited about it. I did like the first one better. I think I gave the first one either 3.5 or 4 stars. This one, 3 stars. It was fine. Nothing too exciting, and I don't know if I'll continue on in the series. I'm assuming she's gonna write more in it, but we'll see. I'm 50% into Rose and Chains, and I really don't know how I feel about Rose and Chains right now. I feel like I'm kind of filling in holes with my context of Harry Potter, because this is Harry Potter fanfic and it has completely been changed, but like some of the staples are still there, and I feel like there's a lot of context missing so far in this book, because there's flashbacks when they were in school together. So like he buys her at this auction. That's the premise. He buys her at this auction and she's living in his house now. And there was like a whole uprising, which happens in Harry Potter, but I feel like we don't get that context. I'm like, what was this uprising for? When did it happen? Who was a part of it? What part did you play? What part did your brother play? Like, she's literal royalty. Like, her brother was the king basically, and so I am just like very confused of that part of the plot. I feel like there's a lot of context missing, which I hate feeling, and a ton of characters that I'm still just like, I think I know who you are, but I can't even tell you if you're a good guy or a bad guy. Like, I don't know where you fall. So yeah, and I feel like Manacled is one of my all-time favorite books, okay? That's also fan fiction with the same kind of character. It's Draco. This guy is Draco. And I'm trying to like differentiate that in my head, but I feel like this is trying to do things that Manacled did. To be fair, I've never read The Auction or Do the Right Thing. I have not read those. And I feel like I don't know how I would feel if I had read those reading this book, but there are aspects of Draco's character that a common theme in fanfic is that he has to act like he is this horrendous evil person, and he's really not. And that's the same thing in here, but I feel like they're being way too obvious about it. Like, it was heartbreaking when I read it in Manacled, and I'm assuming it was the same in The Auction, and it just kind of feels like watered down in this one. I don't know, and I feel like it's very obvious though that like he's not actually bad, and like it's being too obvious, and I was like, I want you to go there with him. Like, I want to see him being unforgivable, and like then like maybe like later on see how much that affected him, but like we haven't really seen anything. We've heard a couple things, but like he's just actually being like really nice. And I want him to be mean. I want him to just not being able to even hint to her that he really likes her and that he's really a good guy. I want him to seem like evil incarnate to him, and he's not. And I just feel like it's a watered down version. Like, we are not actually hitting those emotions and getting there. And so that's how it feels at 50%. And I do know this is a trilogy, so we're not going to have like a conclusion to this yet, but I don't know what I'm gonna rate this. I'm enjoying it. I will be very intrigued to see if I read The Auction after this. I think I would like adore The Auction, so we'll see. But that is my reading update. I did start Dream on Ramona Riley by Ashley Herring Blake on audio, and I'm about 3 hours into the audiobook, and I'm really liking this. This is a sapphic romance. They were each other's first kiss when they were like 13, when the actress heroine had visited the town, and now she's back for a movie and doesn't remember her because she looks like completely different too, like from when you're 13 to like 30. They're like late 20s, and so they are hanging out though, and the one from the small town, has a dream of being this designer, but she's had to stay home because her mom left them. Her sister is 13 years younger than her, so she basically had to like take over taking care of her sister with her dad, and is kind of stuck in life. She's stuck in a small town. She's always dreamed of being this amazing designer. She designs their like high school costumes, and so this movie comes on a set, and she's works at the diner that the movie's gonna be filming at, because one of the characters in the movie is a waitress, and then the other heroine is the waitress actress, and they're gonna have to spend a lot of time together, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I'm really enjoying this. Very small town, cozy vibes. I was worried about the Hollywood aspect, but it's much more small town than Hollywood, which I love. So I'll continue listening to this, start on putting this sleeve together, and then start on my second sleeve, and then we're almost done with the sweater. How exciting. Hello everybody. I was planning on reading way more this weekend. I mean, to be fair, I finished an entire book. I'm halfway through another. I've been crocheting all day. Not really, but I have been working on the sleeve, and I put it all together. This is how much I've gotten done, and I only have an hour left of my audio. Technically like 3 hours, but I'm listening on 3 times speed, so I only have an hour left of listening of Dream on Ramona Riley, which I'm enjoying. It's really cute. So I think I said last update that I was worried it'd be too like Hollywood, but it's definitely very small town, and they just really get along, and it's really cute because they both have a lot going on and have like insecurities and stuff, especially the one heroine with her parents and being able to like act well, and she's had like struggling with the movie and stuff like that, and she just hasn't had like that great of a life because of her upbringing and her parents, and they have like a lot of stuff to deal with, but the attraction between them is amazing. I love them together so much. It's very cute, especially because they just really like each other, but they also have like a little bit of a past, but not really. They only had like one day together when they were 13, but it was just like a really strong connection between them, and it's cute watching them like start dating because like they are hesitant to get involved because the one heroine is like a celebrity. So I really like it. I like the small town shenanigans. I'm gonna be working on this some more. I think I only have like a couple more rows to add to the sleeve, and then I'll do a cuff, and then that'll be it for this side, and then I do it all over again. So I'll probably start, I was gonna do Deep End by Ella Hazelwood next, but I think I'm just really burnt out on contemporaries. I'm just like, it's nice, like I'm really enjoying this one, but it's probably a 4-star, and the other one was a 3-star. So I think I'm gonna go to God of Pain next, whichever Rena Kent one is purple, and I do have the audio for that too, so I'm gonna listen to that audiobook next. And then I do want to read Rebecca Jenchak's new one. I don't think I talked about at the beginning of this video, but I do have that. So I would love to get at least 75% into Rose and Chains tonight, but I also want to work on this. So we'll see what I end up doing. Hello everybody, happy Monday. My hair looks wild, I just mowed the lawn. It always has a mind of its own after I mow the lawn. But I'm here with some reading updates. I finished Dream on Ramona Riley, and I did not love the third act conflict. I feel like it's kind of something that's just like been done a lot, especially with like celebrity romances. And the one, Dylan, I think was her name, the actress, was not super likable. Like, she's the one that had the really bad like growing up because her parents were super flaky and they were alcoholics, and like she was basically raised by her aunt at some points. But like, part of the conflict was like she thinks people use her, and she was worried that Ramona would use her, but she like never actually like got to know Ramona. I feel like she didn't even know Ramona's like true passions in life and like what she wanted to do, which had to do with like some of the connections that she had. And I was like, you literally say that you super care about this person and you're hanging out, you're dating, and you don't even know like their number one dream in life, like what she went to school for, what she gave up to take care of her family for. And so that was like really hard for me to root for them as a couple, because I just feel like Ramona definitely put in a lot of the emotional work, and Dylan just kind of like acted like kind of a victim to her circumstances. And I get that's part of like what she had to grow on as a character, but I didn't super love that part. And then the third act breakup happened, and I was just like, this has been like something that's been done before. So I'm giving this 3.5 stars. I don't know yet if I want to round up to 4 or down to 3 when I write my review. Probably round up, because it's still like a really cute small town cozy romance. I love the town, the people in the town. I love the side characters, and their dates were super cute. And she did do a really cute date, Dylan did, for Ramona, that like she knew like what Ramona liked, but that was really it. So kind of bummed that I didn't love the last like third of that book, but I am listening to God of Pain now. So good. I am loving this even more than the first book in the series. So this one is Annika, and she is Aiden King's daughter, and I think Aiden is from the like Elite series, the Elite King series, whatever. And she is very much like sheltered. Like, her brother and her parents are like determined to shelter her from all the dangers, because they're like a really bad, big bad mafia family that people are after. And so she's kind of tired of living in like this like glass palace kind of thing, and she really wants to be a ballerina, but her mom wanted to be a ballerina and had her career ruined. So she's like doesn't want her to be a ballerina, and she's like, why don't you try college first? So she goes to college, which is kind of like this mafia school, and she really likes Creighton. And Creighton, I love him. Like, he is a quiet, broody hero, and he really only speaks when he feels like he has something important to say, and he just kind of is like there, but he is so into Annika, and I love that. He has certain interests in certain areas, and he is exploring that with Annika, and she kind of likes it. So I'm having so much fun reading this, and she really pushes his buttons, and it's super cute because she talks so much and he doesn't, and he's like, you talk too much. She's like, well, someone's got to talk because you're not gonna do it. And it was really cute, and I love their dynamic so much. I'm having so much fun. I think I'm 4 hours into the audio, so I have about 9 hours left, and I do have, it's 6:50 right now, so I do have the rest of the night, though. What is it, the AMAs, what's on tonight?
Yeah.
The AMAs are on tonight. My sister is for sure thinking Taylor's gonna announce something. Will she? I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of convinced based off of the the proof that I've seen on TikTok, but I might have to watch that, but I may just like watch it in the background while I listen. But I am 70% into Rose and Chains. So this book I'm hoping to finish by tomorrow, and it's still sitting at like a 4 star. It was more at a 3.5 as I was reading it, but now the romance is starting to get going, and I was like, oh, that was a really good scene I just read. So I'm really enjoying it. There's not a ton of romance like spice wise in here, so it definitely lends more towards YA in that aspect. However, there are dark topics in here, though it feels kind of watered down from fan fiction. So it's definitely dark for a trad book, but I I can't help but think based off of what the auction was, I'm sure the auction was even darker, and this one just kind of like scratches that surface, and I kind of wish it went a little darker just because it feels like it's a bit of a watered down version. Even though I haven't read the original, it just feels like it, because I'm like, they kind of like explain some things, but we never really see it, and it never really goes there on page. And I feel like the two main characters, they keep on calling them Hermione and Draco in my mind just because it is a Harry Potter fan fiction. I don't remember his name. It's something Turvian or something. Hers is Bryony. But there's just like scenes where I feel like it should be more, because like he's not even not likable. So I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but that's how I'm feeling about this book so far. We'll see how the last 30% goes, but right now it's sitting at like a 4-star. Also, still I have no idea what this past war was that they lost. Still no idea what had happened and what's going on. So I feel like that's really needing a lot more world building than we're getting, but that is it. I'm gonna crochet, and hopefully I'm not gonna finish this sweater tonight. I want to, but it's probably not gonna happen. My sister did make cookies, and I'm excited to eat those and see if we're gonna get any sort of reputation announcement today. But also, it's just gonna be an announcement. It's not like we're gonna get the actual album. Or is she just gonna say like, surprise, it's here, and then drop it at 8 o'clock? I don't know. Guess we're gonna see. I'm just working away, okay? Working away on this, getting closer to where I need to be. And I have 4 hours left of this audiobook for God of Pain. I did not put together for the longest time that her parents are the Vow of Deception trilogy parents. And I love having read some of those books before this series, because it just makes it so much better, because like that trilogy is actually connected to this plot. And my mind is blown, and my jaw was dropped, and I was just like, what is gonna happen now? I was worried because like this was being very sweet, and I was like, after coming off of God of Malice, this one, it's just like he's so gone for her and is only like harsh during like sex, and she likes it though, and he's still like very caring, and like is like, tell me if it's too much, here's your safe word, and he's like super good at aftercare. So it's like, this is actually like a really sweet book for Rita to be writing, and I'm like, where's the drama? Like, where's the psychopath heroes? We just got there, so I am eating this up. I should be going to bed soon. It's 10:20. I watched the AMAs like a clown, and nothing happened, and they were so bad. They were so bad. I was just listening and then like passively watching while I was listening to my audio just to see if anything would happen. Nothing did. No Taylor announcement. Literally, my sister's downstairs, and I called her because she's in her room downstairs and I'm up here, and I was like, what was that? She's like, I don't know. And I was like, they're already over. They were like literally 8 to 10. They didn't announce like half the categories. It was bizarre. It was weird. But anyways, I was just watching that and then listening to this, and I'm just like, I should go to bed. It's so good. It is so good now. I was worried because I was like, oh, this just isn't like hitting like her books normally do. It was like too sweet. I was like, this is like, I was really liking the romance, but I was like, this is just like cute. What else is gonna happen for 5 hours? I'm hooked. We're gonna do at least one more row and listen, and then I'll call it a night. But it's so good. Hello everybody. I am working away over here on my other sleeve. I am super close to being the correct length, so we're gonna finish this soon, hopefully. But that means that I have a lot of audiobook time tonight. I've just been flying through audiobooks. I did just finish God of Pain, and I loved that one. I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. The last like 30% was so much fun, and I loved it, I think, because I read at least one of the parents' books. It just was like so fun. I was like, oh my gosh, these two, and I knew their story because I read their trilogy and like the history between them, and it was so fun. And I just like the dynamic between the main couple too. It was very different from God of Malice. Super different. I feel like Creighton was like not a bad guy. Like it was God of Pain because like he liked that stuff during sex, but like he would literally tear down the world for her, which I loved. So it was really fun and I liked it. And she was used to being like sheltered her whole life, and she really liked him, and it was cute like how like the side of him that she brought out. So I really like this one. I think I'm giving 4.5 stars. I don't know, it might be a 5. I need to think on it a little bit, but like definitely this series is so much fun. I think I gave the first one 4.5, and I have only read the first one in God of Fury, and I gave God of Fury 5, and this one's a 4.5 too. So can't remember which one is the least popular in this series, but oh, this was so good. I loved it so much, and I just am having a blast listening to these audiobooks now. Oh yeah, because I didn't love the previous ones that I read. But we started Deep End. I was between Deep End and the new Kennedy Ryan, but I think the new Kennedy Ryan is just too women's fiction for me right now to enjoy, because I'm struggling a lot with just like straight contemporary. But I feel like Deep End has had a lot of like hype around it, and some of my friends absolutely loved it. So I feel like that would have more angst, I guess, that would make me like it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So it is in college, which I don't love reading about college age romances. Same with God of Pain was in college, but this one is really funny because she's a diver, and I didn't know I love athlete romances, especially when the heroine's an athlete, and she was injured, and she's actually a diver. He is a swimmer, and she got injured, and now she has the twisties, which is what Simone Biles had during the Olympics. And I like watched the Olympics when that was happening. I've watched some Simone Biles documentaries, and so I think it's really cool. Like, I know what that is. Not that I like personally have dealt with that, but I do like that she's psychologically going through stuff with her sport and failing German. She's just like doing all of her gen ed classes her junior year because she put them off, and she's like miserable trying to get through them. But the friendships are already so much fun. I feel like they're doing a really good job, the author, of like introducing these characters in like meaningful ways, and I'm not too overwhelmed by all of them. But one of her good friends, her boyfriend is the hero who likes like some kinkier stuff, and that's why they broke up. And then at a party when she's drunk, she's like, oh my god, you two should get together because you like the same kinks. And like they're like, oh my god, now it's so awkward between us. So now they're like alone in a situation, and they're just like, are we gonna address the elephant in the room? And it was like really funny. I like Ali Hazelwood's humor so much, so I'm actually really enjoying this. So I'm gonna keep on reading while I crochet. I'm hoping to finish this and then start on the back panel. So we'll see how that works. I am documenting this whole process on my crochet channel, which has been fun. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try this on and see how it fits, even though this is not for me. I do want to make another one where I'm not color changing every row, but look how fun. We're gonna use like one color that's self ombre next time. But yeah, I'm gonna go listen and crochet some more. I am halfway through Deep End, and it is so good. I am loving this book, and I feel like, so a lot of people don't like miscommunication, but I'm someone who does not like confrontation. So there's a scene where like something happens, and like she could totally just like go and talk to him and be like, what's happening? And she doesn't, and I was like, I would literally be the same way. Like I would literally do the same thing as her. So this is really fun, and it's kind of awkward though because it's like her diving partner slash like super close friend now is his ex. But I think it's so interesting how people can be so different in different relationships. So like she tries to like talk to the friend about him, and she's like, him? He's acting that way? Like, what do you mean? Because he was such a different person with her. And it's like always, it's like so important to find the right person for you that you can act like fully yourself with. And I feel like that's our heroine with the hero, and I just like really like him. So, and I really like the sports aspect too. I think it's a lot of fun. So I'm just really enjoying this romance, and like it's not that kinky. Like the whole premise is that they both are into like kinkier sex, but like I've seen a lot of people being like, it's really not that spicy. And like it's not, if you've read a lot of things that like do explore a lot of BDSM, it's not really that out there. So don't go in here expecting anything like wild in that sense, but they find like a really honest trust with each other, and they like go through their lists together of things they're interested in. And I really like that exploration and like that comfortability between each other. So I'm really enjoying it. I was gonna wait to update you about Rose and Chains until I'm officially done, but I'm like 92% into this book, and as of right now, it's kind of at a 3, and I am so devastated to say that because I was so excited for this book. I love Julie Soto, but this book is just like so much dependent on knowing Harry Potter lore that I think she did not do a good enough job of filling in herself when she rewrote it. And so I feel like I still am so confused over a lot of this past, and like we get a lot of flashbacks, but they're to like school and not, the timeline's confusing us. We'll get flashbacks to like 8 years ago, but I'm like, there's a whole war that had happened already, and like I don't really feel the connection between her and her brother because we barely saw them together. So like she's supposed to be super loyal and gave up like her own like ability to do well for him to do well like in school and stuff, but I don't know like where this loyalty came from aside from the fact that they're siblings. I'm like, I don't feel that like tight sibling connection between them, and it's just like missing a lot. And I feel like the flashbacks are okay, but I think that they show him being good too much. I'm like, I need a morally gray hero. Like, he is not morally gray. He's like completely saving her every single time. And I'm like, I need him to like kill people for her. And like, we kind of got that a little bit, but I'm like, I need this to be more, you know? And the romance is very slow burn. And she's 25, and the entire time I was reading this I thought she was 18. She acts very naive and very, very young. So I liked the beginning where she was kind of like a little bit stronger and a little bit more rebellious, but like right now it's like she just kind of acts very naive, and I did not know she was 25. Like, they're in their mid-20s, these characters. He's even a little older than her, I think, possibly, maybe not, I don't know, but I want more and I'm so sad I don't have that. But I do have some mail I want to show you because I'm very, very excited. I can link this shop down below. I bought 2 new Kindle cases. I will say shipping took over a month and came after they had said it would. So I had to actually message them and be like, is this being sent soon? It says the shipping label is created, but it hasn't been sent yet. And I think that like prompted them to actually put it in the mail, because then it finally came, and look how cute they are. This one's like fairy, and I love this. And this one is just really cute, bears and bows. So these are new Kindle cases for me. Haven't tried them on my Kindle yet, but we'll see if that works. And then I got my 2 new romances I pre-ordered. We have Allie Hazelwood's new one, very appropriate for this vlog. And then we have Chloe Walsh. I'm so excited. This is so big. I did get an arc of this, but that's like it's a chunky book. And I still have to read Taming 7, which I will. That's pretty short. So both of these, and this one is glossy, so pretty. Love this. Oh, and this one's super floppy too. We love a floppy book. Anyways, I'm working on my sweater. I'm gonna work on some granny squares and listen to my audiobook. So we're just gonna go from there. Hello everybody, I'm here with my last update. It has been a day. I got locked out of my bank account, so I had to go like in person because I was so stressing. Got it figured out, got back in. But one of my biggest fears is like having things hacked, and I was like, I just need to peace of mind, have a real person talk to me about this, and no, totally fine, it's fine. I forgot I changed my password, that's what happened. Anyways, I am here because I have a final update for you. It is 5:20 on Thursday. This book, I started this vlog on Friday, and it took me the entire week to read one physically. That what I'm telling you is well, first of all, it's because I'm crocheting so much, and so I'm flying through audiobooks. I read 4 audiobooks in the time it took me to read one physical book, and I was on the last 10% of Rose and Chains for the last 2 days. I could not read 10%, not because I didn't have time. I was just a little bored, which I am not excited for this update. We'll start with the good. I finished Deep End, and I'm giving it 4.5 stars. That was so good. I was just fully invested the entire time. I loved, is it Lucas, the hero? The way he was just like silently brooding and pining after her, and like didn't want to admit how much he liked her. And I love it when the man is the first one to say, I love you. Love that. I feel like he was she was what he needed. He was so open with her, and I loved how he found really what he needed in a partner with her that he couldn't get from his past relationships. I will say I did not love the other woman drama that much, and I feel like that was not handled fairly because they were way too easy on her. She knew exactly what she was doing. I was like, get rid of her. Like, do not let her continue that toxic behavior. Like, what are we doing? But I don't have patience for that kind of behavior. So if someone wrongs me like that, I'm like, you're literally out of my life. I don't need to talk to you ever again. So that was just a little annoying about the end, and it was just like a little fast, but really, really fun. I just loved the college athlete setting as well. Loved that. And I love that he was just like an Olympic swimmer. Yes, please. Anyways, that was 4.5-star rating. I really, really enjoyed that. And I will say, like, it wasn't like super kinky. Like, I don't know why people are talking about that. It had like, I don't even want to say it had more explicit sex. I feel like it didn't have any more like spicy scenes than other books that I've read. Maybe if for trad it was, but not too spicy in my opinion. But Rose and Chains, I was trying to be nice because I was really excited for it. I did like the beginning. The beginning had a pretty like good amount of like action happening, but it slowed down a lot. And I was like, maybe I should do 3.5 and move it up to 4. I think it's a 3-star for me. And that kills me to say, because when I don't know how I feel about a book, I go onto Goodreads to read other people's reviews. Review after review after review. 5 stars, best fantasy of the year. And I was like, I mean, I've read 2 this month that are 5 stars, and this did not compare at all to any feelings I had reading those 2 books. So maybe that kind of ruined it for me. Direbound and Silver Elite were both 5-star reads for me. I loved them, especially the romance in those, and just such the fast-paced world building. I guess Silver Elite's technically dystopian, but love both of those. This one, very slow, didn't do enough world building in my opinion. I'm still like, I don't understand this world. I don't understand the past. Like, we had some flashbacks, but I feel like they weren't enough. And I feel like the guy was too soft for what I know the author was trying to do. I was like, I want a little bit more morally gray here, please. But definitely very, very, very slow burn. And she read very teenager. Like, it read very YA except for like one spicy scene. And of course, like the dark content that happens to characters. But this read very YA. I wish it would have read a little bit older because she's 25. And I'm like, 25 is like, and sure, she's been like sheltered, but like she's 25. And so he is 25. He's seen much more than she has, but also like she's supposed to be super loyal to her brother. And I feel like that relationship we barely saw on page, and I would have loved to see that bond more, definitely even in flashbacks or something. But the beginning is so dumpy with names, and we're dropped into the middle of a war / like after a war where the bad guys won, because that's where a lot of Hermione fanfic starts, is after the war with Voldemort and Voldemort winning, and the aftermath of like the bad guys being in power. That's what a lot of Hermione fanfic is, and that's what this is. And I know that from knowing Harry Potter. So I just, I feel like too much was missing. And like I said, I had the last 10% and I wasn't excited. I mean, sure, it did end on a cliffhanger, but I saw that coming. Like, I feel like that was like very led to, so nothing like twisty was shocking to me, which is so sad because I thought this would be like a new favorite of the year. Love it. Bitch disappointed. So very intrigued to see everyone else read it. I think it comes out in July, so that is my review. That is me reading purple books though. This was actually really fun. Let me know what color I should do next, because I'm kind of leaning towards pink, but I don't have a ton of pink books on my TBR. So I have a lot of blue for sure. Red would be fun, but let me know what color I should do next and what you'd like me to see on the channel. And if you like this, let me know. Leave me a purple heart in the comments down below if you've made it this far. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.